What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. As you venture out into all the adventures that Destiny 2 has to offer, it's crucial to your success to have the best weapons equipped. A solid primary weapon provides the foundation for most engagements, allowing players to handle mobs of enemies while conserving heavy and special ammo for more difficult enemies. Choosing an exotic as your primary weapon will add unique benefits that will give you a sizable advantage in any engagement. With that in mind, we will be covering the top 10 best exotic primary weapons that you should be using right now, whether you're a new or returning player. We start off our list with the Lumina exotic hand cannon, coming in at number 10. This kinetic primary is an incredible support weapon, as it generates noble rounds that grant healing and amplify the damage for you and nearby allies. With each noble round providing 90 health points and a 35% bonus in weapon damage, it'll be a lot easier for you and your team to get through those more challenging activities. But this exotic will only be beneficial when you are in team settings. The Lumina, or Lumina, can be acquired from the exotic kiosk at the tower. Up next at number 9, we have the Osteo Striga SMG. This weapon of sorrow has seen a number of adjustments that have brought its overall performance down a bit, but it remains to be a viable option as it's one of just a few weapons that causes poison damage. And with the added benefit of a massively overflowed magazine, the Osteo Striga will be a great choice in close to mid-range engagements. Like all the other weapons of sorrow, the Osteo Striga will have improved airborne efficiency whenever it's used with a necrotic grip. The Osteo Striga is a craftable exotic that's rewarded through the Witch Queen campaign. Up next at number 8, we have the Malfeasance kinetic hand cannon, a Taken-themed weapon that creates burrowing rounds that inflict a lot of damage onto enemies. It deals increased damage against Taken, and because of Vorpal, it deals increased damage against high-level enemies, and it even stuns unstoppable champions. It's not as dominating as it's been in seasons past, but this continues to be an outstanding option whenever facing up against a lot of Yellow Bar or Taken enemies. This exotic continues to have a lot of strong synergy with hunters using the Lucky Pants. The Malfeasance can be acquired through the completion of the Darkness and the Light exotic quest, which can be obtained through the Drifter. Moving on to lucky number 7, we have the Wishender kinetic bow. This bow grants you with True Sight, which lets you see through walls, and its arrows overpenetrate enemies, causing damage as it enters and exits an enemy. Like the Malfeasance, it's seen a reduction in its overall performance and use, but this will continue to be an outstanding option whenever facing up against barrier champions and Taken enemies, which means that this is still a very viable option in Grandmaster Nightfalls and other in-game level content. The Wishender can be obtained by completing the Broken Talisman questline, which has you complete specific objectives within the Shattered Throne dungeon. Up next at number 6, we have the Khvostov kinetic auto rifle. Auto rifles have a significant advantage right now thanks to the sustained fire and targeting auto-loading artifact mods, which grants bonus damage resistance, bonus weapon damage, and automatic reloading. This exotic creates overpowered ricochet rounds as you collect orbs, which allows you to deal a lot more damage against rank and file enemies. This also automatically collects special and heavy ammo bricks whenever they're shot at, so it'll give you an easy way to keep those special and heavy weapons loaded up on ammo. Moving into the top 5 exotic primaries, we have the Red Death, and this exotic just saw a return to Destiny with the release of the final shape. The Red Death and its catalyst can be obtained through the Echoes Season Pass. This exotic pulse rifle isn't anything like it was in Destiny 1, as it's now taken on a complete support role, providing you and nearby allies with health restoration. This weapon will deal bonus damage whenever you get low on health, but the main appeal in running this exotic is the burst of healing that you'll provide to the rest of the team. With this focus on team support, the Red Death will make the perfect complement for Warlocks using the Speaker's Sight exotic helmet. Up next at number 4, we have the Sunshot solar hand cannon. With its ability to create solar explosions that apply scorch, it's an absolute monster at clearing through mobs of enemies. This also creates a lot of powerful synergy between the Sunshot and Solar subclasses, as you have the ability to increase the effectiveness of this weapon by using fragments like Ember of Ashes. My only problem with this exotic is that it's got an old school catalyst that only provides bonus range and stability. Having a revised catalyst that creates further synergy with solar affinities would really see this weapon excelling beyond its current position. To get the Sunshot, you'll need to head to the exotic kiosk at the tower. And now we move into the top 3, where we have the Quicksilver Storm auto rifle. This is available through the Lightfall campaign, and it starts as a kinetic auto rifle, but once its catalyst has been equipped, it'll become a strained weapon. There's a lot of advantages to be had from using this auto rifle, not including having sustained fire and targeting auto loading. This weapon creates nano rockets as you land consecutive shots. These will track down enemies, dealing a moderate amount of damage. But what's even better about this auto rifle is that it has an alternate grenade launcher mode. Landing consecutive shots builds up as many as 3 strained grenades that will inflict a lot of bonus damage onto enemies, making this a great option for ad clear situations, but also a great option for extra boss damage. Up next at number 2, we have the Graviton Lance. This Void pulse rifle is perfect for anyone that loves big explosions. Every final blow creates a void detonation, and those void explosions can trigger several chain reactions that will wipe out huge clusters of enemies with ease. With the added benefit of Turnabout granting an overshield and Vorpal increasing our damage against high-ranking enemies, the Graviton is a perfect option for in-game content. With its deep ties to void energies, it'll have a lot of powerful synergy with any void or prismatic subclass, especially those that include the Gerfalcon Hauberk, the Nezarec Sin, or the Doomfang Pauldrons. Like a lot of the other exotics, this pulse rifle can be acquired from the exotic kiosk in the tower. And now we move on to our number 1 best exotic primary weapon, and that is the Outbreak Perfected. This is now a craftable exotic that can be found through the 0-hour exotic mission. Just as it did in Destiny 1, this exotic pulse rifle creates nanites as you land consecutive precision shots and secure final blows. These nanites will swarm around enemies, inflicting a lot of bonus damage, and with the Rewind Rounds catalyst refit, you'll be able to pump out sustained damage without having to reload nearly as much. The Outbreak Perfected is a great option to use against rank and file enemies, big beefy champions, and even bosses during damage phase. This exotic primary can easily change the tide of any engagement, making it one of the most versatile weapons in Destiny, and the best exotic primary to use at any level of PvE content. And with that, we have come to an end of our list of the top 10 best exotic primaries that you should be using in Destiny 2 right now. Did your favorite exotic not get included in today's list? If so, then be sure to let us know what that is and why it should have been included. If you need a great build to go with any of these exotics, then be sure to check out my Mobalytics link that's down in the description, where you'll find a ton of great in-game builds for all classes. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran just looking for a new place to call home, then be sure to check out the Discord link that's down in the description and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.